History is full of incredible stories, none more dramatic than the rise and fall of the Ottoman Empire. From humble beginnings in 13th century Anatolia, a small band of Turkish warriors built an empire that would span 3 continents. The Ottomans shaped the world, controlling lands in Europe, Asia, and Africa, and influencing everything from trade to culture. Imagine a handful of warriors in what is now Turkey, destined to become a global superpower. They were not just conquerors, they were builders, artists, and innovators. The Ottomans created stunning mosques, advanced science, and fostered a unique blend of cultures under one rule. This is the epic tale we're about to explore. We'll journey from Anatolia's plains to Istanbul's palaces, meeting sultans, witnessing conquests, and exploring a golden age. But we'll also see the cracks that led to decline. The story of the Ottomans is both inspiring and tragic, a reminder that even the greatest empires can fall. So, let's step back in time. Let's uncover the secrets of the Ottoman Empire. We'll walk through bustling markets, marvel at magnificent buildings, and hear echoes of historic battles. By the end, you'll understand how this empire began, reached its peak, and why it eventually ended. The Ottomans shaped our world in ways you might not expect. Let's begin this incredible adventure into the past. Scene transition. Our story begins in late 13th century Anatolia, a land of small Turkish states called beyliks. Among them was Osman, a bold leader whose followers became known as the Ottomans. Osman's legendary dream of a tree spreading across the world inspired his people to believe they were destined for greatness. Osman united Turkish warriors, the Ghazis, to fight the weakening Byzantine Empire. His forces captured towns and forts, gaining followers who admired his fairness and tolerance. Christians and Jews could keep their faith if they paid a tax, making Ottoman rule easier over diverse populations. Osman established his capital at Sout, laying the foundation for a future empire, with a loyal army and simple government. When Osman died in 1324, his son Orhan took over, capturing the vital city of Bursa and making it the new capital. Bursa's capture marked the Ottomans' transformation from a band of warriors to a real state. The dream of Osman was becoming reality, setting the stage for an empire that would soon shake the world. Scene transition. With Anatolia secured, the Ottomans set their sights on Europe. In the mid-1300s they crossed the Dardanelles and established a base at Gallipoli, their first European foothold. From there, they launched relentless campaigns into the divided Balkans, quickly capturing key cities like Adrianople, Edirne, which became their European capital. The Christian kingdoms tried to unite against the Ottomans, but their efforts fell short. The Ottomans' discipline and new tactics, including the use of cannons, made them unstoppable. The pivotal Battle of Kosovo in 1389 saw both leaders killed, but the Ottomans emerged dominant. The defeat shattered Balkan resistance and opened the door for further Ottoman expansion. Over the next decades, they solidified control over Serbia, Bulgaria, and beyond. The Ottomans were now a major European power, with their eyes set on the ultimate prize, Constantinople. Scene transition. For centuries, Constantinople stood as the impregnable capital of the Byzantine Empire. Every Ottoman sultan dreamed of conquering it, but it was Mehmed II, at just 21, who made it his obsession. Mehmed prepared for 2 years, assembling a massive army, navy, and the world's largest cannons. In April 1453, the siege began. For 53 days, the city's ancient walls endured relentless bombardment. Mehmed's forces even dragged ships overland to bypass the harbor's defenses. The defenders, led by Emperor Constantine II, fought bravely, but were hopelessly outnumbered. On May 29, Mehmed launched the final assault. The Janissaries stormed through the shattered walls. By midday, the Ottoman flag flew over the city. Emperor Constantine fell in battle. Mehmed entered the Hagia Sophia, converting it into a mosque, and earned the title Mehmed the Conqueror. The fall of Constantinople ended the Byzantine Empire and marked the true beginning of the Ottomans as a world power. Scene transition. After Constantinople, the Ottoman Empire soared to new heights under Suleiman the Magnificent. Ruling from 1520 to 1566, Suleiman expanded the empire's borders deep into Europe and the Middle East. His armies conquered Belgrade, most of Hungary, and even threatened Vienna. Suleiman was more than a conqueror, he was a reformer. He created a unified legal code, the Kanun, and earned the title lawgiver. Under his rule, Istanbul became a global center of culture and art. The architect Mimar Sinan designed breathtaking mosques and palaces. Suleiman's navy, led by Barbarossa, dominated the Mediterranean. The empire flourished in trade, art, and governance. This was the Ottoman Golden Age. Scene transition. The Ottoman Golden Age was a time of cultural and scientific brilliance. Mimar Sinan's architecture, especially the Selimiye Mosque, defined the empire's skyline. Ottoman artisans created exquisite Iznik pottery and mastered calligraphy, turning handwriting into high art. Scholars advanced astronomy, mathematics, and medicine. Taqi al-Din built a major observatory in Istanbul, and surgeons like Sharafuddin Sabuncuoglu wrote pioneering medical texts. Trade thrived along the Silk Road, making cities like Istanbul and Cairo vibrant centers of commerce and ideas. The Ottomans blended cultures, making their empire a crossroads of the world. Scene transition. Even at its peak, the Ottoman Empire's decline had begun. After Suleiman, weak sultans and palace intrigue led to corruption and instability. The once elite janissaries became a political force, often interfering in government. Europe was changing fast. New technologies, military tactics, and economic systems left the Ottomans behind. The empire lost the crucial naval battle of Lepanto in 1571, signaling the end of Ottoman dominance at sea. European explorers found new trade routes, bypassing Ottoman lands and draining their wealth. Inflation soared as cheap silver flooded in from the Americas. Internal decay and external pressures combined, making it harder for the Ottomans to govern and defend their empire. Scene transition. By the 1800s, the Ottoman Empire was known as the sick man of Europe. Nationalist uprisings swept the Balkans, and with European support, many regions won independence. Sultans tried to modernize with the Tanzimat reforms, new laws, schools, and railways, but resistance and debt undermined progress. European powers took control of Ottoman territories and economies. The empire lost Algeria, Tunisia, and Egypt to France and Britain. World War I was the final blow. The Ottomans joined the losing side, and after years of brutal fighting, their empire collapsed. By 1918, the Ottomans surrendered, and the empire was shattered. Scene transition. After World War I, the Ottoman Empire was finished. The harsh Treaty of Sèvres divided its lands, leaving only a small area around Istanbul. Turkish nationalists, led by Mustafa Kemal, refused to accept defeat. Kemal organized resistance, leading the Turkish War of Independence from 1919 to 1922. Against all odds, his forces drove out foreign armies and abolished the Sultanate. The last Ottoman Sultan fled into exile. In 1923, the Treaty of Lausanne recognized the new Republic of Turkey, with Kemal as its first president. Kemal, later called Ataturk, launched sweeping reforms, new laws, a Latin alphabet, women's rights, and secular education. From the ashes of empire, modern Turkey was born. Ender Nai.